We have Nalin Kohli from the BJP who's with us. We're going to go over to him first. Sir, thank you so much for joining us here on CNN News 18. So the story we're focusing on right now, a big revelation, one that's sure to need answers from the Aam Aadmi Party. A video, in that video that we're playing for our audiences on the right side of their screens, a masseuse who the Aam Aadmi Party had claimed was a physiotherapist, in fact turns out to be a convict within the Tihar jail. No less than, in fact, a rape convict. Sir, to this, what is your response? We've heard from fellow BJP leaders, spokespeople in the last few minutes. So what do you have to say?
So as a lawyer, I'd like to raise another aspect to it. What kind of privileges and benefits have been offered to a convict for providing these so-called services to the Aam Aadmi Party minister? I mean, is he being said that he will bring... Is he been, as a rape convict, told that he will get certain special privileges in jail? Has he been promised something like parole? Is this how the Aam Aadmi Party does? What is it that Mr. Satyendar Jain knows that frightens Mr. Kejriwal to protect him without even checking his facts?
All right.
These are serious questions.
Can I ask you one more question, though, Nalin, before letting you go? Particularly because you pointed, obviously, to your background as a lawyer. I want to understand the other aspect that we're seeing the Aam Aadmi Party try to target the BJP on in the last few months is particularly the aspect of the ED. In this case, what they've said is, why were the videos even made public in the first place? Now, obviously...
Mr. Kejriwal is the... I'll answer this straight. Mr. Kejriwal, his hypocrisy knows no bounds. What did he say? Video lao, action lenge. Koi aapse kuch kahe to video lao. The man who started the whole video thing is today questioning a video that comes and questions him. If this is not duplicity and hypocrisy, what is?
Okay. All right. Nalin, sir, thank you so much for joining us here on the show. Nalin Kohli, BJP spokesperson with us right now, questioning several aspects of the Aam Aadmi Party's version of this entire story. Now, we're going to bring you more details on this case, but for a second, let's take a look at the controversy itself as it started and the war of word that we've watched play out. Now, this controversy has been playing out over the last month in itself. It's important to keep in mind also the aspect that the Tihar jail superintendent was in fact suspended for allegedly providing special treatment to the jailed Aam Aadmi Party leader Satyendar Jain. So we have actually seen some action take place. However, perhaps that action wasn't deep enough. That's indeed what's come in from the BJP spokespeople again and again. Earlier last week, officials said that a Tihar jail superintendent named Ajit Kumar had been suspended after he was found to have allegedly committed irregularities and given favours to Jain. Remember, Jain was Delhi Home Minister, under which jails come when he was arrested. Now, let's go back to my colleague Ashish. We were speaking to him a little while earlier. We were trying to understand from Ashish more perspective on the story itself. Ashish, could you tell us how were our sources able to determine the identity here of Rinku when the person in the video is being identified as Rinku?
So, my colleague Pallavi has basically broken this story. Pallavi, through her sources in the Tihar jail, has brought out these details. And look, the details look to be on the face of it with absolute credibility, reason being that it also mentions about the sections under which he has been booked. He has been booked under POSCO, which is basically prevention of children, protection of children from sexual offences act. So this is the act under which he has been booked. The sections that have been imposed include 376, 506 and 509 of Indian Penal Code. And more importantly, it also mentions about the FIR under which he has been booked, which is FIR number 121 of 2021. So, the details very clearly mention who this individual is. So certainly our colleague who has broken this story, Pallavi, she, before breaking this story, she would have, she would have spoken to her sources and relying on the sources, she has broken this story.
Right.
So certainly the details that we have.
Ashish, I'm sorry, just stay with us for a second. We have the Congress National Spokesperson Alka Lamba with us right now. I want to go over to her. Alka, thank you so much for joining our show. Alka, on Saturday, and in fact, in the last few days, we've watched you multiple times be quite vociferous when it comes to this entire case and the videos themselves when they first came out. What do you have to say to this new angle that it seems has just gotten revealed that the person massaging Satyendar Jain is possibly himself a rape convict within the same jail?
देखिए मेरे लिए बहुत शॉकिंग है इस चीज को देखना, क्योंकि कल से जो तस्वीरें कुछ दिन पहले से सत्येंद्र जैन जी की जेल में मसाज की आई, बिल्कुल उसको मनीष सिसोदिया जी, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने आगे आकर बिल्कुल ऐसा डिनाई किया कि बिल्कुल वो तो बहुत गंभीर बीमार हैं और वो मसाज नहीं ले रहे, वो फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट से ट्रीटमेंट ले रहे हैं। उसको बचाने की कोशिश की और आज पता लगता है कि वो फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट नहीं, एक रेप के आरोप में बंद, वो भी पोक्सो में बच्चियों के बलात्कारियों से जो बंद हैं अंदर कैदी हैं, उनसे मसाज ही ले रहे थे। अब मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ आम आदमी पार्टी की 8 महिला विधायकों से, 8 महिला विधायक हैं, एक महिला आयोग की अध्यक्ष है, 9 महिलाओं को आगे आकर प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके जवाब मांगना चाहिए मनीष सिसोदिया जी से कि आपने क्यों झूठ बोला, क्यों गुमराह किया, और ये जो सच्चाई आई है उस पे अरविंद केजरीवाल जी अभी भी कार्रवाई करेंगे या अभी भी इसमें भी बचाव के लिए गुजरात का चुनाव या दूसरे देश के चुनाव या राजनीति लेकर आएंगे? क्योंकि दिख रहा है, आंखों से साफ दिख रहा है कि आपने तिहाड़ जेल को कंप्रोमाइज कर दिया है। सिद्धू मूसेवाला की हत्या की पूरी साजिश इसी तिहाड़ जेल में प्लान होती है। सत्येंद्र जैन और पूरे बलात्कारी जिस तरीके से अपना जो है सुविधाएं ले रहे हैं और वहां पर चल रहा है, मुझे लगता है तिहाड़ जेल कंप्रोमाइज हो चुका है। ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा चिंता का विषय भी बन चुका है और थोड़ी भी नैतिकता अभी भी अरविंद केजरीवाल जी में बची हो, इन्हीं सीसीटीवी फुटेज को लेकर एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस अपने महिला विधायकों को बिठाकर उन्हें करनी चाहिए। ये बिल्कुल शर्मनाक है। राजनीति बदलने वाले अब इस निचले स्तर की राजनीति कर रहे हैं कि बलात्कारियों से तिहाड़ जेल में मसाज ले रहे हैं और उनका बचाव कर रहे हैं।
अलका जी हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए धन्यवाद। We're going to go over now to my colleague Anvit to understand more. Anvit, in the last few days, as we've watched this controversy play out, Satyendar Jain's lawyer actually told the court that there's a jail manual that provides what can be done, and I've not actually broken any rules in the jail manual. Can you bring our audiences more details about what can and can't be done within the Tihar jail? Also tell us, the superintendent who was for a little while suspended, was he in some way linked to this? Do we know if he perhaps had the rape convict massage Satyendar Jain? Was the convict doing this out of his own volition?
See, Toya, first of all, I would like to explain that in jail, as far as Delhi prisons is concerned, there are 2 categories of prisoners. In fact, 3. One are normal prisoners who are kept in cells. Other than that, 2 categories of prisoners are, one is semi-open jail and another is open jail. Now, in the semi-open jail, some inmates are allowed to freely move within the premises of the jail, while open jail inmates are even allowed to go step out of the jail premises and then come back within the restricted hours. Now, this person who was seen massaging Jain, most likely, as per my understanding, would be a prisoner of semi-open jail who was allowed to freely move inside. If he was the one who had visited Jain's jail from outside, from his own cell. Also, as far as this misconduct is concerned, see, this person will now, if at all any legal action is taken, because Jain himself is the jail minister, Delhi prisons fall under him as a minister. So we'll have to see if who will take action in this, if any disciplinary action is to be taken, because it is the minister himself receiving massage. We'll also have to see who will be the authority who takes the action against him, because this person needs to be questioned whether he had been doing it out of will, or was he asked to do, or was he threatened to do so, because it has been clear that he was charged under 376 for rape, POXO Act, criminal intimidation and outraging modesty of woman. These are serious allegations, these are non-bailable actions. Also, this man had been jailed in 2021, that is the FIR, when the FIR was registered. So we are also learning that within a year a person does not is not put in the category of semi-open jail. So most likely there is also a possibility that he is not an inmate who had been allowed by the jail authorities to freely move within the premises. He could have either been appointed by Jain himself or any of the persons from the jail for providing such facilities to Jain. Earlier we have also heard Sunil Gupta, who had served for decades as the legal officer of Tihar jail. He had also cleared it out that any inmate who needs physiotherapy sessions cannot receive it within his cell, but he has to move to jail hospital's physiotherapy ward for that. There are different cases. If a person's mobility is restricted due to medical reasons, that is a different case altogether. But in this case, because it is not so, then certainly it demands for disciplinary action. But in due course of time, we will see, because this is the minister himself who will take the action against this entire thing, and whether this man who has been providing massage to Jain will be probed in detail.